Well, I was on the school board in Eanes in Westlake for 9 years, and I was president of that board for 3 years. So I think I learned a lot about how government works best. So as it got into the end of my school board term, I started thinking, well, I've learned some things that I think can help, and I live out in the county. I don't live in any town, so I can't run for mayor, I can't run for city council. The county commissioner's court is the closest government to me, and like I said, I'd like to take the things I learned on the school board and apply them at the county.
Such as?
Well, just how government works best. When I was president of the school board, I learned how to receive information, to consolidate all that, make good choices, and especially how to work with all different kind of people.
What do you see living in that county and living in your precinct as some of the biggest issues, you know, going into the election?
Well, the county has all kind of issues. One of the bigger issues for me is the new county courthouse. As you probably know, the county has bought a plot of land downtown, and they're looking at a very complex private-public partnership to build the county courthouse. Some estimates have it possibly as high as $300 million. If you'll remember last time they did a big project like that, we got a jail with cell doors that didn't lock. So when I was on the school board, I helped oversee two different bond issues, one of $52 million and one of $54 million, that both came in on time and on budget. Some of the other things that the county will have to look at, there are transportation issues, roads and bridges, stormwater, and other infrastructure. I was on the Travis County Bond Citizen Advisory Committee in 2001, where we looked at all those things. So I have experience in all these areas.
Transportation is huge for that. People who live down there and commute through there to come up from Buda and things like that. But how much control as a county commissioner would you actually have over that, being that a lot of that is state road?
Well, that's a good question. You have some. Most of it is TxDOT. The county does have some things they can do. They can issue some bonds. When I was on the Citizens Advisory Committee, we were the ones who got the county bonds to help build Texas 130. So I do have experience in that. But you work with the different levels with TxDOT and the district engineers, and they have the Campo plans, and you look at those and you try to forcefully persuade them of what you think would be best for your county. We've got all different kind of problems. You mentioned Texas 45. It is a serious issue. I think it needs to be built, but there's also 360 out where I live. There's all kind of things that I think should be done to get traffic moving on 360, on Mopac, on I-35. My thoughts are that traffic needs to be connected and it needs to be fluid.
What are your thoughts on making it a paid highway system down there?
I have always thought that a user-pays system is a good way to go. That way only the people that are using the asset pay for it. The problem they ran into was some discussion about tolling already built roads, already taxed and paid for roads. I would be 100% against that.
Where you had a forum last night, what were some of the issues that came up?
The usual things that you're talking about. It was about transportation. It was about priorities and things I talked about. I talked about the county courthouse. Others talked more about transportation. I'm trying to have a well-rounded look at this. I don't want to be pigeonholed as only being a transportation person, although I'm pro-development and pro-transportation. So we had a lot of different issues. Parks was big. This is a little bit corny, but I've been the T-ball commissioner for Westlake and West Austin for 22 years. And it's a passion of mine to make sure kids have a place to play. Kids need a place to play. So I would be very passionate about parks. I am not running against Mrs. Huber. I can tell you that a lot of people that I know that have had dealings with the county are dissatisfied with her. I had planned on running for county commissioner before I even heard of Miss Huber, before she won. So really my race has nothing to do with her. But the few things that I know, I would think we would have some differences in opinion. I would do things a different way.
What's your opinion of how the Commissioner's Court operates currently, and what you could then bring to maybe change that or enhance it?
I think that the Commissioner's Court, I think Sam Biscoe does a good job. I think that each of the commissioners have their own agenda that they don't always meshed too well. It's been my proven experience on the school board that I can take different people, bring them together, and have solutions. So I look forward to doing that. I would just ask that people look at my last 30 years living in Travis County and what I've done. My practical experience on the school board, my volunteer work, whether it's with the prison ministries, House the Homeless, Mobile Loaves and Fishes, different things, the work in my church. If they would look at my life and see how I've given to our neighborhoods, to our community, and I think that'll be appealing to them. I follow the servant leader model, and with a humble heart, I ask everybody to help me become Travis County Commissioner.